What's good, everyone? Maybe turn that down. Who's the first one in here? Mr. Minecraft, shout out to you. What's going on, guys? How's everyone's day going? We're about to get started in a moment. If you have a beat to send it to chambers@chambersmixedit.com. It's the email in the description of this live stream. Send one MP3. Please make sure it's an MP3 and not a Google Drive link to an MP4 or whatever you guys do. Man, how do we send the beats? Whatever I just said. Before we even get started, I do have a good feeling about the 808 arrests today. I don't think there's going to be too many arrests. If there's more than 5 808 violations today, I will give everyone in the chat $1 million in Monopoly money. But let's see. Let's get the first one loaded up and we'll get started. Here we go. So what do you mean by arrest? Oh, got a lot of history to explain there. Okay, hi-hats. Recognizable? Absolutely. First two notes. I love a good octave drop down section just for variation. This is a collaboration beat, is that correct? I really like the hi-hat like variation, like differences and whatnot. We're also going to bring back the 1 out of 10 scale. So each beat that we play, if you want to rate it in the chat from 0 being the worst to 10 being the best, or however much you like the beat and you want to drop a number in the chat, feel free. Shout out to Pablo starting us off. Boom, boom. Custom beat. Fire. We got Honda up next. What do you think of this loop idea? Not done yet, but want to get feedback on blah, blah, blah. I just dragged the same one in. Melodies and ideas. What does that say? If they're flowing well together. Okay.
I got a confession, baby. I've been thinking about you lately. Thinking about you. What's it gonna be? I got a confession, baby.
I will give you a 10 out of 10 for this, but we are unfortunately going to have to bump it down to a 4 out of 10 for including 6 years of blank audio.
I've been thinking about you lately. Thinking about you. What's it gonna be?
See, we got to get the full experience, so we're just going to sit here and listen to this for the next 10 days. Brother, do you have any music theory only? Of course. Check out my website for individual music theory courses or the online class if you want even more than that. Shout out to Honda. We're still listening to the loop clearly, but right here, oops, I gotta get yeah. I love how like smooth the guitar playing is. It's so, I mean, I know you played it yourself. I was gonna say it's very human because you did play it, but like it sounds so very relaxed and comfortable playing style. So shout out to you. Do I think the melodies and ideas and all that stuff flow well together? Absolutely. Thank you, Honda. Moving on. No, this is Mr. Minecraft, believe it or not. I know that's crazy to say, but that's him. 808's crazy. I love the mix. The drum mix sounds great. Thank you for not being afraid of pushing your 808 that hard. I like that the purity bell is nice too. I think if there's one thing I would do, would just figure out some type of way to take a break from that bell just for a little bit, because it does play through the entire time. Even if you just change the octave, throw a filter on it or whatever, just so we get something a little bit different. Otherwise, drums are hitting hard. I like how you switch from an 808 to a bass. And good use of space with the drums instead of just spamming hi-hats. You know, you add gaps and all that good stuff. Where to send beats? Send to chambers@chambersmixedit.com. That's the email that you see in the description at the very top. You could send and be added to the line. Let me check the queue. We got 31 beats in the email. Sorry, 33 now. 33 beats in the email right now. If you send, you'll be added to the top of that line. I just go by one, unless you're A, a member of my online class, or B, skip the line to get priority at any given time. This is Frenchie. Whoa. Look at that snare. That synth is wild. Great change up. 808s was in the bass, perfect. Kick and the bass sound great. I love the, literally just about to say that snare part. Really cool. What's your rating? I see a 7 in the chat. I see a 10 in the chat. Anything else? Shout out to Frenchie for sending this one in. Very cool synth sound design and all that good stuff. Boom, boom. Here is a heater for the live critique today. All right, let's see. I told you I had a good feeling. We're, I don't know how many beats in, but there have been no arrests just yet. Brother, can anybody give me crack? Nexus. Oh. Okay. Just buy it. Okay. I gotta. It's too late to play. I gotta just be on point next time. Why do I want to hear this a little bit faster? Maybe. Two things. One, maybe speed it up a tiny bit. I'm thinking sound selection though. The drums and the basses, everything's in key, everything's cool. I think if you used a better sounding pluck sound, it would probably be a lot better. So organ's really cool though. There's good variation in the arrangement. Like you can even visibly see that there's something different like every 8 bars or so. So that's great. I think it's really just sound selection for me. Maybe a different pluck sound or something. And maybe speed it up. Continuing on. 160 pain. Why is the vocal in mono? Should I give you negative points for that? Damn. You made this. That's such a loss. That hurts. It's a great piano, it's a great guitar, great everything. But then we have this beautiful vocal that's just straight down the middle for some reason. It checks all the boxes for a Lil Durk pain beat, except the vocal. I would recommend maybe layering an open hat on that kick, so there's a little bit more presence to it. Great melodies. I need an air horn sound, and I'll just play. Somebody just sent me a Dropbox link. MP3, please. What is the Beat Battle website? Damn, the vocal, like, why is it? They should have a nice chorus, some nice reverb on it, make the beat sound wider. Everything about this is great except for the vocal. No arrests made yet though, so that's great. Continuing on. Chosen. I know I'm thinking that, but I know it's fine. But we'll check it anyway. If it's not, I'm gonna go crazy. Yeah, no, it's fine. Shaky on the bass sample. It's cool. I'll maybe add a little bit more filler kind of instrument with the melody, maybe like a low octave piano. Just go boom, fill up some space. I like the intro. Simple, just get right into it. Why does the beat give you anxiety? Needs more going on in the melody. Yes, I agree. Just something to fill up a little bit more space. You could have sections that are simple, like with just the choir, but at some point add a little bit more to it. Drums are cool. I like the 808. On to the next one. Not a bad beat though. No, it is not. I like this bass movement. My favorite thing about the bass pattern is how you're not scared to go out of the root note. Some people will literally just hit the same boom, 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 boom root note the whole time, but you're like going up in the scale, down in the scale, all hitting the right notes in the right key and everything, but still returning to that root note when it's necessary. You don't like this? I kind of like the snare. Melodies are nice too. Make the drum sound a little bit more lively with some hat rolls, some velocity, some panning. You know, there's a lot of little things that you could do that actually make a difference. The only thing I would change is probably structuring type things. It's good to take like a little, you know, a little break like that. But like if we get like a 4-bar section, like with just melody or just synth bass or whatever, instead of drum section, drum section, drum section, drum section, drum section, drum section again, that would be cool. Pretty good beat though. Pro Beats is up next. No arrests made yet. And here goes classic Pro Beats. Frenchie, do you like this snare slash rim this time? What are we doing at this point? That's crazy. $10 million in Monopoly money to anyone who sends in a beat better than this today. Why does this remind you of Bob Marley? That's really interesting. That's the first time I've heard like hi-hats in the background that sound like it's raining outside, if that makes sense at all. Always just sending the flex. Gotta love how stereo that was. If anyone's listening on headphones or with speakers or whatever, you could actually hear how well panned the drum sounds are, especially the hi-hats for a super wide sounding beat. That was awesome. Shout out to Pro Beats. Again, 10 million in Monopoly money to whoever can beat that beat. I feel bad for whoever has to go next, but let's go. Okay. 808 is fine, but the vocal is not where it needs to be currently. Who's speaking crazy? Pablo. Yeah, this was interesting. I mean, we do have an out of key vocal to start off, and then we switch into a completely different key. I would keep it all consistent and get the vocal in the right key as well. I can't see, you see what I can see? I can't see anything. I don't know what special privileges you got that I don't have, but I can't see anything. Otherwise, everybody on this stream would have seen it. Another key change. Oh man. I'm sorry. Maybe I can see it on my phone. Fact checking. Oh, I can see them on my... Jesus Christ. Do not approve it. No need. Okay, we got Urban Bass up next. That's steel drum. Damn, it's a great beat. I just don't think there's any artist that would like this style at all. Like, there's definitely not one specific person that would be perfect for this. I don't think so. You can hear 50 Cent. What? Are you being serious? I love the sounds. Solid, super solid. Yeah, I think we all know who would be great on that beat. No arrests. Continuing on. That was a cool little drum thing. I don't think I've heard someone do that before. That was really cool. Oh, yeah, we gotta...
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Shout out Swoozy. Great movement with the melody. Like it's a nice repetitive do 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 do, but like it blends into the beat so well that like you don't even notice it, but it also plays a big role in filling up space. And of course, always great energy from the 808. Thank you for sending. Let me see what the queue is real quick. We have 38 beats in the email currently. If you want to send one, send to chambers@chambersmixedit.com. The instructions are in the description, as well as how to skip the whole entire line. Okay, intro. Wow, that might have to be a violation just for how loud the snare is versus the 808. Brother, I am from India. Shout out to you. I mean, comment retracted. What? Why? The 808 is not out of key, surprisingly, but that snare volume is crazy. What? What? I'm more concerned with this chat message than this 808 at this point. Like what? Bro, get off your phone then. Yeah, it's the second time. Too flabbergasted. Anyway, this first needs better leveling. The 808 is in key, but if we get all the drums up to par with the snare and balance it out so we're not getting blasted with the snare, and then all the other drum sounds are quiet. The melody is also almost silent. I don't even know if there is one. If there is, definitely turn it way up and try to take a break from the drums in here at some point. Yeah, they're talking in another language. I don't know what's going on. Don't. Next beat. Come on. Drag in. Okay, I blasted with a piano in my left ear. Ten out of 10. Do not recommend doing that. Everything else is where it needs to be. That's a weird chant. It's like, Can we get one that's like less awkward sounding, you know? I really like the change up in the drum bounce over here. But yeah, hard pan piano, probably don't do that. Keep it, you know, with everyone else. You could pan a few things a little bit here and there to add more width to the beat, like hi-hats and perks and stuff. And try to not be so repetitive with the lead sound and copying the same pattern over and over. The guy just got punched in the face. Wow. No one was gonna tell me the camera was frozen. Oh wait, it's not. I just froze up. I'm gonna do it again. That's interesting. Okay, 808 definitely has some power to it, maybe way too much. I like the texture that the 808 has, but definitely tone it back a little bit. This is really slamming the mix. Perfect emoji right there to describe that. I like the synth textures and sound selection. Just be careful with that bass. You're going to jail. Time to take him away, boys. Radiophobia, this is all your fault. Just said no arrest, and then we got an arrest. I did say I don't think we'll have more than 5 today, but this is the first one. It starts with the melody. I think the melody sounds a little bit confused, like it's trying to be kind of dark, but it's also trying to be melodic, emotional at the same time. And there's something kind of off about it, which doesn't help the 808 being out of key. It's a solid drum pattern and all that. Just make sure that the 808 is in key, and maybe change up the melody so it sounds more clear about what emotion you're going for. I don't know if we're gonna get to that one point in the stream. This is just the first one, but usually if we get like 3 more like this after, I'm gonna be like, man, we've gotten to that point. Bobby 4PF, what's up? Yeah, so the drums are cool, but we have a confused melody and an out of key 808. Unfortunately, will be some jail time involved. Definitely heard this before. Can't say I'm a big fan of the melody. Going on in this, it says version 3. Maybe that's why I heard it before. Yeah, then you got to start with the melody. I don't even know what's a good adjective to describe this one, but melody just needs to be something else, and then maybe simplify the drums also, because it gets to certain points where there's a lot of snares and a lot of this and a lot of that. Even with the melodies, things overlapping each other and making it sound crowded. Bro, what can I do for my mixing? Listen to my headphones and it's cool. The car, the kick goes boop. I don't know what that means. Let's see. The email says this is a banger, but we'll see. It does follow the chords. First here I was like, I don't know, and then the hi-hats added a lot more movement to it, made it sound a lot better, and that like background, I just think it, the chords get a little bit repetitive over and over and over. We need some sort of change up, a little bit something different than hearing boom, 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 boom over and over and over. I do like what the drums do just to add some more movement to it though. Continuing, Lua. Oh, there you are. Lua gets to skip the entire line since you are a member of the online class. If you want to join the online class, you can also skip the line. Not the one you sent? Are there two people with the same name or something? What's the name on your email? If it's not Lua. How are there two of you? The intro was cool. I'm not sure what's happening here. But if you are going to go for that drums only kind of vibe, try to make it a little bit more interesting by messing around with the hi-hats like velocity and panning and stuff. That's not the one that you sent. So someone who also has your name sent that. I still don't believe that. Yeah, neither do I. So what? Man, that's the only email in here that has that name. So what email name should I be looking for? My fault, just resent? Bro, what? You are the one who's... Did you just say that's not the one that I sent? That is the one that you sent, though. It came from the same email. What do you mean that's not what you sent? Is this the right one? That's not the one that I sent. And then you change your answer to, I don't know why it sent that one. So it is the one that you sent. Interesting. Or who has a concussion? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't even care anymore.
808 violation. You're going to jail.
I'm gonna start framing people.
Time to take him away, boys.
Due to whatever, yeah, that was an extremely quiet 808. Would I let a regular person get away with that? Yeah, but you just told me that you didn't send a beat that you did send, so now the police are kind of on to you, and we're gonna send you to jail. Plus, this 808 is at negative 20 decibels, or that's an 808 violation. If your 808 is under negative 18 decibels, we're gonna turn that up a little bit. And then the problem becomes that when we turn the volume up, the clap becomes too loud. So the proper way to fix it is just turn up that 808. I like the perks. I think it's cool, it's calm, it's chill. Definitely work on the mix. Maybe make a section with no drones for like 4 bars or so. Very, very sneaky. Exactly. My master doesn't sound as loud as others. What to do? I mean, probably just turn the volume up. At this point, it's just a 404. They cut it in half. Yeah. Alright, I am done with Mr. Nice Guy and whatnot. We're going to start sending people away. Modern day problems.
Are you ready?
Like, what did that tag even say? Okay, not out of key, but interesting choice. Turn. Then it distorts, then turn it down. Yes. If you didn't like the stream yet, please like the stream. Thank you. Alright. This is kind of when like the identity crisis thing happens in the beats and the drums just start losing control of who they are. I think it's always good to add a little bit of variation in your drum patterns. Like if you want to make a pattern unique and change it up, but don't do like too much. Like add a bunch of random slides and change up the entire timing in a way that's off-putting. But the general idea is there. Kick definitely hits there. The chat keeps freezing. Yes, if your beat has not been played yet, just ask Pablo where it is in the queue. He will make sure I get it and play it. You just have to give him $5 and give me $5 also, and he'll take care of it. Wait, I gotta read this. I'm confused though. My Beat in FL Studio, my Apollo twin. Apollo, that's my twin, was in the yellow. Isn't that where you want it to be, or else you're gonna get crunch? I mean, an Apollo, reading the colors on an Apollo is really not a good idea to base how to mix your beats at all. Like, I could speak quietly and speak softly right now, and it's in the yellow both times. If you have to look at a meter, look at this guy right here in FL, the master thing. Get the beats up. See where my voice just went? Up there. If it crunches, you'll know because you'll hear it, and then you could turn it down. If it isn't crunching and it sounds way too quiet, then turn it up. Solid. I think the 808 really needs a nice open hat. It makes such a big difference if you layer the open hat on the 808 hits, especially on the downbeat, just to get a little bit of sizzle. Just bring that presence up. logicisbiracial@gmail.com. It's a cool, like, low-key melody also. Pablo beat.
Pablo the one.
Hold on, we got a paragraph. Why do you think I want to be a Why do I think you want to be a producer? Why? You're asking me why do I think that you want to be a producer or making beats, and when you think this is the time to start up, and who inspired? That's a lot of questions. Pirates, yeah, absolutely. Do I check the spam? Also, yes, I do. Pablo, your beat sucks. Wow. I was like, that sounded weird. Pablo, your beats sucks. I just want to know what happens. Wait. What happens here? I skipped it. Is this the drop? Is this it? This is not. Oh my God, you're so right. I forgot that I exclusively and only accept rap and trap beats, and any piece of music that's not rap or trap is terrible. My mistake. Is this the drop or this one? All right, you guys need to stop talking about doing crack and Nexus in the same sentence, please. Okay, this is this. I'm trying to hear, like, there's this really cool drum sound in the background. I don't know if it's like a tom or something else. It's like boom 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 boom, but it's like super quiet. War drums. Bro's just showing. No, the only person showing off crazy is Pro Beats. We need to put a stop to it. All right, continue on. What the man? Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
808 violation. You're going to jail. Time to take him away, boys.
Oh my God!
That's unfortunate. Walked into a crime scene. Yeah, man. Wait, I think I saw Wilfred. Shout out to Wilfred if you're still here. I do appreciate the panning on the hi-hats. Beautiful. Wilfred, how many cups of coffee today? A4, B5, C6, D more than that. 2? Lame. Boring. 2. It's 5 o'clock p.m. You only had 2 so far. Anyway, yeah, that 808, a little bit questionable. Just a little bit, but details in the drums, fabulous. Time to bring out the classic Frenchy phrases. Okay, filter. If he slowed the melody down. I think this is a slowed down melody, if that's what you were looking for. Is that a pan flute? That's pretty tough. Shout out to Frenchie and the farm animals involved. I really like the kick and 808, not the kick and the bass together versus the 808. Beautifully like arranged textures and all that stuff. Great structuring on this one. You can see all the different change ups and variation in the patterns. Yim just said it's decent though. He said it's not all that, like it's whatever. Personally, I'm not really sure if I would allow that. It's just not something that would be acceptable with me. I don't know about you. I'm not gonna, you know, speak for you. I'm just saying I wouldn't allow that to happen. It's crazy. Wait, that was a crazy philosopher question I just read. Do you think sometimes that I am the beat or I am the perfect? It's a wonderful question. Would you rate the mix? Yes, that's what we're doing today. We are rating everything. Sound gets very repetitive because you are playing it every second, the whole song. I don't know who Ron is. Yeah, that's actually equivalent to $70 USD. Shout out to you for skipping the line. I'll be playing you next. Sorry, that question. Okay, you're rephrasing it to say, do you think sometime I am the best or I am the perfect? That's an even deeper question to ask. I mean, I don't even know how you come up with that. Shout out Ron. Bro, playing the wrong one. How many emails did you send to me? This is why I just asked people to send me one. Where would that even be at? Is it this one? Perhaps. I think. Here's a tip. Turn the volume now to 0. I might try that. I can appreciate a little 808 change up right there. Don't. That was cool. Melody. I'm not too confident about the melody, sound selection, and just the general direction of it. Sounds like a just wish washing around. If that makes sense. Like this is cool because it's more, you can hear exactly what the melody's doing. But when we add all these other sounds, it gets a little bit confusing. Like that. Also change some drum sounds, like the hi-hat. I wouldn't have that low. Definitely cut the low end out of that one background drum sound. Del Dova back in the building. Was good. Yeah, I think I like the melodies that are straightforward and easy to hear, but when they get layered with all the other elements, it gets a little bit wishy-washy and whatnot. I posted my first BeatStars today. Sorry, that I keep thinking that's gonna be a like air horn sound, but congratulations to you.
Damn bug, this go crazy.
10 out of 10 tag. This one you gotta turn up a lot. You got a lot of room to push the volume. Melody wise, the down. I would check that last note that plays. I mean, the third note that plays is a little bit questionable. Definitely look for a place to take a break from the drums somewhere so you don't repeat them too much. Alright, we got 54 beats in the line right now. It is getting up there. If you want to send and be added to the line of 54 beats. Do I know if I'm even going to get to you? I don't know. You can send to Chambers at ChambersMixedIt.com. If you want to be guaranteed a play, then the instructions to skip the line are also in the description. This is, I think, Arda in the chat. This is your beat. I love stuff like that. We completely drop any like melody out, just let the drums rock out for a second, then get back to it. All right, what are you guys crying about? These two people speaking in another language, like they send a crying emoji every single message. What's going on? Yeah, I really like the drums on that because it's like go, stop, go, stop, go, stop kind of pattern to it. It has a lot more rhythm than just letting the drums play out the entire way through. So that was really cool. Thank you for sending.
Another CB2 production.
Shout out CB2. Thank you for sending us Skip the Line. Okay, this might be able to compete with Pro Beats. Yeah, this is might be my favorite one today. I didn't say what language are they speaking. I said, why are they crying every single comment? Yes, Pablo, please approve that, whatever that is. Yeah, it's one of the best uses of vocals ever. Probably. Shout out CB2. I mean, only thing We're all the way down at -3. I would want to bring that up. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're gonna do a poll. I think was it this? No, it definitely was not that one. Not that one. It was this one, wasn't it? Nope. Bro, was it this one? All right. Compare and contrast these two beats, or which one you prefer. Not necessarily which one is, well, I guess whatever you think is better, but that's hard to compare. Just whichever one that you like most. This is beat number 2. When I put the poll up, this will be beat number 1. This is beat number 1. And now, beat number 2. Tough comparison. I mean, the chord changes. I'm about to end it. One more listen. Alright, we are ending this in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, now we're at 38 votes. Can we at least get 40? Actually, that's not necessary. I guess we see who won already. I'm gonna end it. I can't pick. Thank you for your contribution, Playtime. We got 162 versus 238. Okay. I thought it was gonna be a little bit closer than that. They're both amazing beats. But yeah, thank you guys for participating in the battle. Somebody finally beat Pro Beats. This is not an official competition, but somebody beat CB2 beat Pro Beats today. Shout out to you. Up next, we got whoever sent the beat called Long Way that skipped the line. Shout out to you. Drum kits. Shout out to you. Glad that is helping. like how we have a good amount of changes in the melody for this. Maybe turn the bass elements down a tiny bit. Because the bass and the 808 and the kick are really loud, but some of the perks in the background are kind of hard to hear because of that. So either I would do both. I would turn the bass stuff down a little bit, turn the perks up, maybe pan them out a little bit so they're easier to hear. But it definitely has a lot of great energy and intensity in that beat. Thank you for sending. Someone sent me an email and said, "Can you please get the beat from SoundCloud?" There's not even a link. The message is literally just, "Can you get the beat from SoundCloud?" And the next beat, someone sent me an M4A file. The next one is Yim, one of the worst producers I know. But we all have to sit here and listen to it. What did a 3-year-old make this? Alright, actually though, this could be, we should have done a competition with Pro Beats, CB2, and Yim. Like all three competing. I don't know, this could definitely be up there. Bro, whatever chorus you have on that guitar, oh my god. That's crazy. Is that a plugin or a pedal or what? That's one of the best choruses I've ever heard. Plugin, okay. Sounds great. Yeah, we could easily put that in the top 3 today. Shout out Yim. Thank you for sending. Who am I looking for? Dell. Where was your email at? Right here. We got a 3-piece today from Del Dova. Shout out to you. Thank you for sending and skipping the line. Let's hear it. Donor for ship. What are we shipping? This would be good for a future. What's more important, melody or drums? That's an impossible question. They're both important. It's not like one's more important. I like the piano in the background, and I'll turn that up a little bit. I want to hear it a little bit louder. And maybe add a few more notes. That'd be cool. Dun, dun, dun. I just realized that like choir sound is also pretty cool in the background. But yeah, I think definitely something future would love. We got an up tempo one up next. 182. Minimum is just $10 for a skip. Oh, is that a Rhodes? Oh, this is crazy. This is a beautiful example of how to use space. It is literally just a vocal, maybe a Rhodes in the background, and then we leave all the space open, just a few drum sounds, then get back to it. That's fire. Yeah, that's tough. Biggest mistake producers make, I see, is being out of key a lot of the time. A lot of out of key stuff and a lot of repetitive structuring and beginner stuff. Yeah, I need to hear an artist on this. This is crazy. Like the bass hits perfect, but like you don't overdo it. We get to appreciate the 808. Because when you don't really appreciate, that's the people that just go boom, 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 like 808, 808, 808 constantly. But when you have this much space in between each 808 hit, you appreciate it so much more. Alright, let's see the third one. Oh, 200 BPM. 200 BPM. Let's see what we got. What I would do for the clap, because I feel like it's panned more on my right ear. If you did like a back and forth, a little bit left, a little bit right, a little bit left, a little bit right, that would be perfect for the clap. The melody is tough. Definitely Drake. What's one sound? What are these questions? What's one sound you can never stop using? That's such an interesting way to ask a question. I mean, A hi-hat? I don't know. A kick? You gotta use those. I would love a bass line. I don't think we're gonna get one though. Little subtle like bass line would be perfect. Clap, if it alternated panning instead of just being in my right ear, that would be nice too. But yeah, the piano melody texture sounds really nice. What's one sound you can't stop using? Shout out to Del Dova. Thank you for sending and skipping the line. That second one, insane.
Shashir, darling.
This one, the melody's nice, like little baby kind of vibe. Gotta turn the 808 down though. It sounds great, but it's just overpowering a lot of the beat. Like that really cool like art piano melody thing in the back I want to hear more of, so just turn the 808 down. The timing of it, the pocket that you're in is really cool. Like right here specifically sounded really cool. Yeah, nice synth bass in there too. Perfect. Just drop the 808 down tiny bit. This is what, 808 Wi-Fi. Thank you for sending skip the line. Let's hear it. Wait, was there another question? 20 questions? Yeah, man. How do you stay creative when you feel stuck? I can't say I do feel stuck when I used to. I don't know, literally just sit in front of a keyboard if you have one, or go download some sounds that you've never used before, or go record something with your phone and turn it into a beat. Just do something that you've never done before, whether that's just play on piano for fun, try a new plugin, try a new sound, stuff like that. Or like Pablo said, even better answer, just stop. Like, go do something else for a little bit and come back. You don't always have to be making something. I like this vocal sample, goes really well with the guitar. Nice melody overall. Also, I have no idea what effect is on the open hat, but that is really cool. Shout out to 808 Wi-Fi. Thank you for sending Skip the Line. Solid beat. Emerson up next. Thank you also for sending Skip the Line with a beat called Wave. Pablo beat.
Phoenix, let it rain.
What makes a beat instantly? I'm just gonna start screaming every question. I wish for this the melody was more wide, because I'm imagining like it don't. It has like some sort of delay kind of effect. I wish I could hear it in my left and my right ear. It's a little bit too mono. But if there was some more width to the beat, that would definitely sound great. The bass, not out of key. Actually, this part sounds pretty hard. Just the movement on the melody plus the drums. That's pretty cool. Yeah, melody has some really cool movement to it. Just try to find a way to expand the stereo field a little bit. But yeah, no jail time. All right, let me get back to what makes a beat instantly catchy. Probably the melody. You know, like, it's catchy if people are whistling it. People don't really whistle chords. People whistle melodies. So if you have a nice melody that works, then yeah, like, I'm trying to think, like a hi-hat loop isn't really like something that's catchy that plays over and over in someone's head compared to a melody. So probably that. And if not melody, then, well, actually, yeah, always melody. I was gonna say vocal, but the melody in the vocal is what makes it catchy also. Uh-oh. Probably gonna be jail time. You see your beat in the queue? You mean this thing? Anything that's in here got played. Yeah, we gotta check this. That's gonna hurt.
808 violation. You're going to jail. Time to take him away, boys.
What type of beat is hardest for you to make? Are you serious? Is this like a project? Or was Wilfred just making that up? What type of beat is hardest for you to make? I don't know. Probably the beats that I am not used to making. I don't know how to make a crazy techno, EDM, all those adjective words kinds of beats. Really, whatever I'm not used to making is probably difficult for me to make. Turn the do sound down because it's really loud. 808 is out of key in there at certain points, so just be careful with stuff like that. Let's see, because you don't want to get sent to jail. Unfortunately, you did just get sent to jail though. And next up, that's a great chord. Top 4. Aphrodite disappeared into I don't know what, a pro beats level. Yeah, I think this could be in the top 4 with Yim, CB2, pro beats. No, Bug, I think I'm pretty sure I played it. I remember, yeah, I saw your name and I was like, I definitely played that one. I think just rewind a while in the stream, you'll find it, but I remember playing it. How many unfinished beats do I have? 0. Yeah, these are really nice chords. Fire. I need advice. I got a lot of people telling me I need to turn my beat volume up. Is it a decibel thing? I mean, volume is measured with decibels, so yeah. Yes. Just turn the beat up. Most likely about decibels. Pablo beat. Did Zay make this? Let's ask him. He'll probably claim it. Which beat took you the longest to finish? How is that Valid question for you. If you're doing a project with these questions, how would I answer that? Because I don't post my beats anywhere, so I'm not sure how to answer that question because no one would know what I'm talking about. Always perfect dark strings. Also, the hi-hats going like crazy pitch bending and all that stuff is really nice. All the Pablo beats sound the same? What? This is the first time I've ever heard Pablo do like a West Coast beat like this. This is the most not normal Pablo beat I've heard. How could you even say that? What's your favorite key or scale to work in? I don't know. I would say I'm most comfortable working in C minor, but I don't have a favorite one. Just one that I know I'm most comfortable playing in. Who am I looking for? Don't. And what did Louis, you just said, do I swap cables? No, I have everything hooked up to they're all going into the Apollo, but through TRS splitters. Very weird way to do it. I don't have a mixer, but I am splitting cables over and over and over and over again to hit like 6 different synths. Very complicated to figure out. There he is. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're making a diamond pickaxe type beat. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But Tomsy, like you said, this guy said, who's going to rap on this? Why are you so concerned with rap and trap music? Have you ever heard a style that's not rap or trap? That was cool. I mean, very cool drop. Shout out to Tom Z. Thank you for sending. And teaching people that there are other styles of music aside from rap. All right, continuing on. We are in like the last 10 to 15 minutes of the stream. So if you want to be guaranteed a play, now is the time to skip the line or just hope that I get to it. Shout out to Emerson. Thank you for sending and skipping the line, guaranteeing your play. Alright, this one I'll be careful. I don't recommend putting like reverb and stuff like that on hi-hats. What's the fastest beat ever made? Alright, just like I said with the last one, it's not a question that really makes sense for me to answer, because I don't have my beats anywhere for me to say, oh yeah, that one right over there, and then you can go find it somewhere. It just not gonna work. Really like how much variation I hear with the drums, not just with the drum sounds but also with the drum patterns, just changing both of them. The critique though, it gets a little bit overwhelming, especially here. Maybe try to do a section with the drums more simplified, with the melody not as, what's the word? I guess I just mean like turn it down a little bit, get the levels more clear, because it sounds like they're all pushing at the top of the mix. Yeah, cool drum techniques and change-ups and stuff. Just be careful with being too overwhelming with the drum patterns on top of the melody being really loud. Maybe just tone it back a little bit. That is a WAV file. Fine wine. Let's find out. Okay. Very cool drum sounds here and there. This one bass is way too up there. It would be great, but the distortion on it is kind of like taken away from the quality of the beat. Really random ending also. Very interesting. Great concept. Sounds great. All that stuff. Just turn down the bass so you're not completely destroying the mix. That little perk sound, yeah, that was very cool. About to get that motion sickness 808. Got an in key 808. What I would do is do this beginning part as the filter and then low gap and then just drop the beat as is. This kind of yeah, I would literally just do this at the intro with the filter and then we open up and then boom. It's a little bit crazy here. I like the simple. Well, not exactly simple, but if there is a section without that string sound, I think you should really do a section that's just like the drums and like the main pad sound without the string, just take a break from it. And also, since it's such a cool drop, definitely try to find a spot somewhere in here to just take the drums out and maybe like rebuild it back up to the drop, because otherwise we were just getting blasted with drums all the way through and there's not much dynamics to it. But some cool structure just to like rebuild up to the drop would be cool. Where am I? I don't know. Oh, okay. How do you make your beat sound wider and cleaner? Pan it, add chorus. Ooh, get an imager plugin, or just go like this. I mean this. That's a great way to get it more wide. This is nice. Turn up the chords and the melody stuff in the background because the drums are much louder than it. Needs the Pink Panthers feature. What are we doing? What the actual? You're gonna go from burn to that? What?
Violation. You're going to jail. Time to take him away, boys.
25 years. Immediately. No redemption. What is this? Made with Ableton?
808.
Get the... No. Wave file. It is officially that time in the stream when everything starts falling apart. Okay. How about this one? Use a different bass sound, or at least at some point bring in an 808. You've never heard somebody rapping on a West Coast beat? Are you serious? Yeah, then we bring an 808 in at some point because we get a whole lot of that bass, but not like any other sound to hear. Sent way back, yeah, but you sent me a wave file. Yeah, don't use the Apollo colors to mix. You could definitely turn it up. Needs something in the melody, so it doesn't sound so empty. You could keep it simple at certain parts, but at some point you want to add a little bit more to it, and then we turn up that volume. All right, I'm gonna do like 3 more. Transition sound. There's a chord change there, is there not? Yeah, why didn't they? The 808 should have followed that. Would have been so much better. Would have been nice if we just followed that chord. What songs that I produce? Check the playlist that I have on the channel called Discography. Now we got some clashing. Oh no. I'm sorry.
808 violation. You're going to jail. Time to take.
You had us in the first half with the saxophone, but then the 808 didn't follow the chords and then started clashing with another sound there. This could be such a great beat, but you got to be careful with the 808. Like, come on, the saxophone's crazy, and then the 808 just... Damn. Almost had it. I guess I do owe some people some Monopoly money. Damn.
Come on, Glory.
What the hell?
808
We got a lot of things out of key right now. Damn. Just a lot of different keys in that one. They could be cool, but I don't know. You got a few things to fix there. A damn shame. That's not a war drum in the back, is it? I hear like some sort of snare thing. No war drums in this one. Classic bass. I'm just like visualizing a disco ball. and a lot of different colors flashing around. Definitely has that type of vibe. It's 4 in the morning. Chamber, bro, please lighten my beat. How do you lighten a beat? Does it weigh too much, or I don't know how to lighten. I am gonna pick one more randomly. This will be the last one. It's an MP3. Okay, cool. That works. And the 808s and key. Thank goodness. Do I add radiator to the master? Absolutely not. Interesting concept for a drill, because it's like a storytelling piano melody with chill drums. Always nice, has nice slides and follows the melody perfectly, which is great. I think you could get a little bit more energy out of the drums, maybe add a little bit more velocity to the hats, add like a perk loop or something, like a drill perk loop, just to get them more lively. Nick from House Music. I feel the stream gonna take years. No, the stream's only gonna be lasting 30 more seconds, because that was the last beat. Thank you everyone who pulled up. We do this every week, usually on Tuesdays, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern, same place, same time, on YouTube. I will post about it on my YouTube channel in the community tab. Look out for that post, because that's when I'm telling you guys to send the beats. If you want to be early on the line, just look out for that post. Shout out to everyone. I think we did make more than 5 arrests with the 808 police today, unfortunately. But yeah. See you guys in the next one.